Miles Bridges is an American pro basketball player for the Hornets. He was drafted in the NBA in 2018, and he's become an amazing player over the years. He's also got himself some awards and recognitions for his impressive efforts in the games. He also managed to get a good contract deal, getting him to a net worth of about $5 million. With that much money, you might have a few interesting purchases to your name, and I am here to tell you what those were for him. To start with the list, let's talk about his accessories. One of the major accessories he purchased was a gold presidential Rolex. This was one of his first purchases as a pro basketball player. Miles Bridges said, wasn't really into jewelry or anything, but everyone said once you get to the NBA, you have to have some type of watch so that you can look professional. That's basically what I did. When it comes to getting a watch, Miles was not kidding or planning to half-ass it. He went all out and he got himself a gold presidential Rolex worth about $35,000. This Rolex watch, apart from being from the Watch Kings themselves, also has an 18-karat gold case, fluted bezel, black dial, diamond hour markers, and a presidential bracelet. But that's not it though. Miles also decided to go a step further and get himself a neck chain. He decided not to get a simple design, and he got a customized neck chain that got his son's name Ace on it. He says it's to remind him of his son. The diamond-encrusted neck chain cost him about $50,000. He also has two other neck chains, one of which was the print RTB, which stands for Real Trench Baby, as a form of remembrance for where he came from. The chain is diamond-encrusted and very shiny. He called the other chain a gorilla chain, mostly because it has a gorilla icon plated in rose gold hanging from the Cuban link chain. Miles Bridges said that he chose a gorilla because gorillas are his favorite animal. The cost of both chains was pretty high, with the total coming up to about $45,000. The RTB diamond-crusted neck chain cost him about $5,000, while the rose gold gorilla emblem with rose gold Cuban link chain set him back about $35,000 to $40,000. As most people get richer, one of the first things that they get is a house for themselves, and a place that they can just call home. Basically, a safe abode for them that costs a tiny fortune. And on the other hand, Miles Bridges decided to get his mom a house too. This is the second thing he bought after he became a professional basketball player, playing in the big leagues with the big boys. When he was talking about this, Miles Bridges said, she made so many sacrifices for me. I grew up in a tough neighborhood, so she had to provide in any way that she could, and she did. The first thing I wanted to do was buy my mom a house, even though it wasn't actually the first thing I did. Miles Bridges bought a house for his mom, which was conveniently located about 20 to 30 minutes away from his own house. He claims it was because his mom was always on his case when he was younger, so he wanted to move her a bit further from him so she wouldn't be, able to bother him like she used to. Not much is known about their houses, but it is said that his mom's house cost him like $200,000, which might not seem like a lot, but that was like a fifth of his first paycheck. Even more importantly than the price tag, it's a really lovely gesture to his mom. It's only normal for the next thing on his list of purchases to be a giant, awesome car for himself. Maybe not giant. And it wasn't a small-time car either. He wanted to get a Porsche, but decided to go with something that was a bit safer and spacious, and he got himself a Range Rover SUV in matte black. Psych, it was giant. This SUV was one of the most well-known luxury large SUV vehicles around. The Range Rover has a library-quiet interior, top-notch cabin materials, and generous seating space for 5 occupants. The Range Rover also comes with 2 complete sets of latch connectors for the rear outboard seats and a tether anchor for the rear middle seat, all to offer protection for Miles Bridges' kids when they take a drive out with Daddy. The Range Rover SUV, it's got all these features and more, and it cost Miles about $100,000. After he bought his Range, Miles Bridges also bought his girlfriend and mother of 2 children, Michelle Johnson, a car. He got Michelle a 2019 Audi A5. This Audi luxury car came in a variety of configurations with a variety of features, all coming at prices ranging around $60,000. Miles, however, got his girlfriend an Audi A5 2019 for about $50,000. The A5 is packing some tech and luxury, from leather upholstery to heated and adjustable front seats and smart safety features. It also has 2 complete sets of latch car seat connectors for the rear outboard seats, too. Miles Bridges said he would definitely buy more cars as he grows older and gets more money. I bet his car collections are going to look incredible in the next 5 to 10 years. He'll probably add a few Porsches, some Ferraris, and maybe some other luxury cars to his collection. Miles Bridges stated that when he got into professional basketball, he wasn't really into fashion, dressing in the simplest way possible to games and other places. However, his teammates started advising him to dress more, so he decided to get his fashion straight. People like Kemba Walker, Dwayne Bacon, Malik Monk, and Jeremy Lamb motivated him to improve his fashion style and dress better. So Miles Bridges started watching those guys, taking note of what they put on and adding to the style of his dress. He said that he spent roughly $10,000 on fashion and clothing in his rookie year. This later improved over the years as he actually developed his own style. He later went ahead to spend $20,000 on fashion and clothing alone, bringing the total to about $30,000 in the first 2 years as a pro basketball player. Most of this spending is to cover his shoes, his jacket, his trousers, tops, and other necessary outfits, all from designer stores, mind you. As the years go by, he is sure to improve his wardrobe and get an even better fashion style than he already has. Miles Bridges said he has been on one vacation during his rookie year. He went to Miami with some of his friends. He didn't exactly spend that much there. He just a short $3,000 trip with the boys. After All-Star Weekend in 2019, he went on a vacation to the Bahamas with his girlfriend. The trip was apparently free because the NBA Players Association paid for it entirely. Most luxury vacations to places like the Bahamas cost a lot of money, like from $800 to $1,500 a night, which is a lot of money to a schmuck like me. These packages usually cover flights to the Bahamas as well as hotel reservations. Obviously, there will be a lot of dining out, and sightseeing, and shopping, and more. This should bring his personal spending in the Bahamas to $10,000. He went ahead to say that he made more money than he spent at the casino. He went to the casino to play roulette with $1,000, and he left with $7,000, which is pretty dang cool. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go hit the... Nah, I'm just kidding. The Hornets star said that when he started out as a pro basketball player, he didn't want to stay in some random apartment. He stayed in a condo with his sister for about a year, after which he moved into an apartment, which he ended up not liking. His sister advised him to get his own house, which he actually did. He got himself a nice house in the same area as his mother's place for about $600,000. The house was a perfect upgrade as he and his girlfriend welcomed a baby girl, into the family. He said that they needed more room, so they got a bigger house. This new house offers all the necessary amenities that a family of 4 would need, such as a comfortable living room, a proper furnished kitchen with all the necessary appliances, a garage for their cars, well-furnished bedrooms and bathrooms, and more. There's not a lot of information about this house, but you can be certain that any kind of house that costs $600,000 is definitely going to be beautiful. He said that there isn't much he wouldn't do for his kids, so he didn't even blink when he had to spend a few $100,000 on a pretty house for his family to grow up in. And that's it. So thanks for watching all about Miles Bridges and how he spends his millions. Later.